I will hold in order to do business with you. They break open your house one thing, they rape your mother, they rape your father, they rape your brother, they rape your sister, they rape your auntie, they rape your auntie, they rob you of all your jewels, they take your car if you have a license firearm, they take your firearm, and they go on with that. And those that are supposed to vote for this bill, for the next year, you all are pleased and it's okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well, hear this now. Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go. They come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on side. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go to a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Thanks! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here.
mega welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. Remember, we are live on Synergy Network Monday to Friday, 7 to 8 p.m. with our rerun the next day. Remember that. So, viewers, just a little update. The government has released the first look at the new coat of arms featuring the steel pan. The official description, according to the national emblem of Trinidad and Tobago, Regulation Amendment Bill 2025. The coat of arms replace the image of the three ships with more cultural significant image of a golden steel pan as its icon and two pan sticks. The redesigned coat of arms was created by a renowned designer and jeweler, Gillian Bishop. The former coat of arms of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago may be used until the 1st, 2026, January, or such later date as the ministry may prescribe by order. The bill was passed in the lower house on January 13th. It will now proceed to be read and debated in the upper house, the Senate. Once passed in the upper house, it will then proceed to be proclaimed by the President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, there you have it, is the look of the new coat of arms for Trinidad and Tobago. The old one will be existing until January 2026. So, what we need the ministries to come out and tell us is what documents will be changing and which documents will be used. Will the birth paper be changed? Will the ID card be changed? Will the driver's permit be changed? Will checks from utilities be changed? Will social grant be changed? We, the public, needs to know what documents will be changed in order to start rectifying the buildup of the population running the government office. This is what we need to find out. So from now until January, I am definitely sure that government don't want a pile-up of people at the ministry's building. Remember when I say property tax come out? Everybody could get robbed by the Inland Revenue Building. Thank God them bandits in Trinidad not so brilliant. But nevertheless, the government needs to tell us what documents should be changed. Now, moving along, the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Legal Affairs has announced the removal of Regulation 11 from the 2024 Emergency Power Regulation, effectively rescinding the gun amnesty provision to be facilitated. According to our release issue, the Cabinet decision to remove Regulation 11 explains that it was never put into action as all firearms recovered during a state of emergency were seized by police. The statement further clarified that the rapidly evolving circumstances leading to the imposition of the SOE in December prompted the inclusion of Regulation 11, which was drawn from the precedent of past SOE regulation in 2011 and 1990. In an immediate response to the amendment, opposition's MP Saddam Hussein recalled his contribution to Monday's Parliament debate to extend the SOE by 3 months, in which he flagged the similarities between 2011 and 2024. Regulations including a persistent error that was copied from the previous legislation. Yes, he said, despite his claims, emergency ministry. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, Minister Stuart Young, who was also serving as acting Attorney General at that time, the SOE was declared denied the accusation. Let me tell you something. There is back and forth with the gun amnesty bill in Trinidad and Tobago concerning SOE. Some people want SOE as you're giving the citizens who have illegal firearm the opportunity to bring in your firearm and you will not be charged. But keep in mind, this is an illegal firearm. What are you doing with it in the first place? So in my case, there should not be an amnesty for illegal firearm. Why? Why do we have illegal firearm in the first place? Someone said to protect myself, protect my home because of the crime. Oh, well, that I could understand. That I could understand. But then again, if you have 2 or 3 firearms in a house now, what's going to happen? All those bandits? I'm just saying. But nevertheless, there's a lot. There's a lot that is taking place with the SOE that needs clarification. Moving along. 2 businessmen and a businesswoman have won their lawsuits over delays in deciding their long outstanding firearm users license FUL application after a High Court judge upheld a separate case brought by the individuals. All 3 applied for FULs were granted provisional FUL successfully, underwent firearm competence training, and submitted their certificates to the firearm permit unit. One of the businessmen from Shogunas first applied over a decade ago. 10 years? Jeez and ages. While the other businessman from Pinal and a businesswoman from Karapichama applied in mid-21. While their lawyers all admit that there was no deadline for deciding an FUL application under the Firearm Act, they suggested that it should be done within a reasonable time. The judge all agreed as they issued a series of declarations over the delays and given deadline for the COP to decide their application. They also ordered the Office of the Police Commissioner to pay the legal costs incurred by the trio in pursuing their case. Well, I hear that? The judge ordered the Commissioner Office to pay the legal fees of these three people. So Trinidad and Tobago, those of you who applied for firearm since 2020, all you know what to do. Get your attorney, send your letter, carry them to court, win your battle. If the Commissioner of Police want to move as a duncy head individual for the head of the Protective Service in Trinidad and Tobago, if you want to move as a duncy head, well then be treated as a duncy head. You see, I'll tell you this. The Commissioner of Police have her firearm, I'm sure. The Commissioner of Police will move with her protective bodyguard. The Commissioner of Police is always protected. The businessman in the community, what protection do they have from bandits, criminal element? Guys, what guarantee do they have? All ministers have bodyguards and firearm. 24 they are protected for 5 years. I start a business to make an attempt to kidnap my son. Imagine that. I start a business and you feel I'm making money, you make an attempt to kidnap my son. Good thing I do in spirit walk, 3 blind, 1 dead. And I will say that again, and I will do it again. And I will encourage the bandit, come. And I'll show you what I will do you. But this is me. But what about the normal citizens who have businesses that are not protected, except a dog in the yard? What about those? You see, what the Commissioner of Police failed to understand, and what the head of the Security Council failed to understand, what Sleepyhead Fitzgerald Hines failed to understand also, is that when a businessman has a firearm, he has the opportunity to protect his business, his family, and his household. That is what he has. Oh, Prime Minister say, if we go to issue firearm with everybody, we'll become like the Wild Wild West. The bloody hell bandits have better gun than the police. Why he didn't say something as such as that? Why the Prime Minister didn't say something like that? Why the Minister of National Security, why he didn't say something as the bandits have more powerful rifle than TGPS? How come they're not saying anything like that? How come they're not saying things like that? You see, this is what they are afraid of. They won't come out and tell you the truth. Saieed would. I don't care if they like it or not. Saieed would tell you the truth. And this is the reality. In the US, in other countries, they grant firearm. You know why? If you had to go down dying by protecting yourself. It's fair and square. Bandit come, you put up a fight, two things could happen. You could kill them or them could kill you. But you put up a fight. You try that? Prime Minister saying we go turn here into the Wild Wild West. We already the Wild Wild West. Why am I saying that? Because there's more guns on the street than in TDPS. There's more guns on the street that business owner has. Yeah? It's a fact. And we see that every day. So the Commissioner of Police who wanted to turn a blind eye and play Duncy head, one morning they should get up with a Duncy head and they should really get blind. 2025 different, you know. I putting them in their place. Sleepyhead Fitzgerald Hines, cut your hair and you want to play Rasta? Okay, no problem. Be a blasted good minister, eh? The excellent language that you speak, which is English, let your intellect and your action follow your language. Yeah. If you don't like to hear what I'm saying, plug your damn blasted ears. It's simple as that. Because I will continue to condemn all you until all you act right. You see the Prime Minister decided to retire early? Yeah. Why? Why? What he said? I am not going to offer my service for the people of Trinidad and Tobago anymore. He told the media, what? Remember him? Oh yeah, we will remember you. The man who said, I am not closing down Petroshin. Espinay said, don't call me 2 o'clock in the morning to ask me who going. We will remember you, Mr. Prime Minister. We will remember you like A&R Robinson. Take Palm City and turn it into Apple and let that be your Christmas. What happened with he? What happened with he? Trinidad and Tobago, we fail to remember how we were treated by ministers in power. We fail to recognize the dog, tata, cow, dung treatment we got. That is what we fail to understand. Kola, good night.
Good night, Saieed.
Go right ahead, your life.
Calling from Tunapuna.
Welcome to Napuna.
Right, Saieed, could you imagine that we did just pass out 110 police officers?
Mm-hmm.
And you know the police commissioner didn't address these officers? Fitzgerald Hines addressed them, and they say after that, that was the end. You will be in charge. You will be responsible for these police officers. You must want to put them and give them little guidelines as how they should operate and what has been the boss then, in other words. And you want to tell me you even address these officers to tell them, you know what I mean, what is expected of you and things like that?
Thank you, my friend.
For money.
Thank you, my friend. We understand how it run in here. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. But before we go for the commercial break, I want to tell you about this 5% for January that Real Talk Financing is offering. Now in 2024, people wanted something more for January 2025. So the board of directors for Real Talk Financing came together and they said, you know what? We're going to give the people something more because they ask for more. Because in other banking institutions, they're not getting more. So, you know, I like to be above the rest. We like to play the game straight. We like to compete. We always like to be on top. So Real Talk Financing, you know what? In January, we're going to give the people 5%. We are going to give them 5% on a fixed deposit with your interest up front. Who is doing that? Real Talk Financing is doing that. The Real Talk Group is doing that. So Trinidad and Tobago, we're doing it better than 2024. We're doing it better than 2024. 2025, they ask for it, and we deliver it for them. We deliver it for them. 5% on a fixed deposit, interest up front. You're not getting it nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. Call your friends, call your family, let the news start to circulate in Trinidad and Tobago that Real Talk is offering 5% on fixed deposit, interest up front. Yes, we're doing that. Saeed always like to be on top of his game. With any and everything I am doing, I like to be on top of my game. Always remember that. Always remember that. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break. We'll be right back after this.
We'll be right back.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saeed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Throws you a curveball, and you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the glaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So trying to make a welcome back to Real Talk. Remember viewers, those of you who are looking for a loan borrowing, you get turned down by the bank, you don't have enough collateral for the bank, remember, we at Real Talk Financing, we offer you loan viewers. You just have the collateral, a little collateral, a vehicle, land, gold, whatever it is you can use for collateral except stove and TV and fridge and appliances. We don't hold that. We hold house, we hold vehicle, we hold land, we hold gold. Remember that. You need money borrow, it's not a problem. Contact our officers, our office viewers. We have one office in 14 Carney Savannah Road in Chaguanas. We have one in 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village. We have one at number 25 Superior Street in San Fernando. Call the office, set up an appointment, and get the office number. Call the office viewer 238-6716, 231-6219, 239-1670, or 242-9944. Also viewers, numbers on screen, they will carry you to the central office, the loan office, the credit union office, both central and south. So remember that viewers, call the office. So viewers, like Real Talk Equipment Rental, we have 2 pieces of equipment. Beautiful pieces of equipment, viewers. It is up for sale. We have a beautiful wrecker and a crane truck, prestige condition, Trinidad and Tobago. Contact me at 339-1670. Look how beautiful this truck is. Look how beautiful. Like I said, you can do 2 jobs in one. You could do wrecking work and you could do heavy transport work with it. Look at it. Look at the condition. Real Talk had the trucks in there. Look at the condition. Proper. Beautiful. Also, viewers, we have a 306 excavator. It's one of the new models excavator. This excavator came with a track in front, metal tracks. We have the backhoe buckets. Also, attached onto it is a grader where you can grade the road also. So if you got a contract, you don't need to hire a backhoe. You can use the grader to grade the road. Look at it right here. Look at it. It's a beautiful piece of equipment, viewers. It is parked up at the Real Talk Equipment Rental building in Carolina Savannah Road. You can have a view of it, 339-1670, and we'll do business from there. So, also, viewers, Real Talk Group of Company is in the business now of buying crash and damaged vehicle. Remember that. Those of you who have a crash vehicle, the insurance sorted you out already, you're looking to sell it, contact us at 339-1670, 238-6716, viewers. Send us pictures, emails, what you have, and we will get in touch with you. We will send a record, we will negotiate price, and we're moving forward. So one department Real Talk Group has launched is the crash and damaged vehicle department. You have a wreck, you want to get rid of it, call us. You want to make some money on your crash vehicle, call us. We're taking it off your hand once the price is right. Remember that. So, remember 5% on fixed deposit for January? No other financial institution giving you that, eh? None, and I can guarantee you that. You know why? We up it in 24. Now, we max it in 25, just for you, the people who demanded more. Remember that, just for you. So as we start back our news tonight, as the state of emergency SOE continues, various stakeholders have strongly rejected Prime Minister Dr. Kiraulu's claims that police officers in certain communities are hiding inside police stations to avoid confronting criminals. Listen to this.
It was unnecessary to make such a statement. It was reckless at this. It does nothing to impact the moral of the officers who are on the ground within the fight against the criminal element.
We don't know where he got his information from. Again, I'm saying it did not come from the police. I'm certain of that. The statement did nothing for the moral of police officers. We are calling on the Prime Minister to revisit that statement.
In terms of FUL, the licenses, applications are being approved. As I did indicate on my last appearance, the investigations is a bit more robust. However, over the last year, I would have issued just over 100 FUL. We have an average of 25,000 applications.
25,000 applications.
Yes.
What is creating that?
Application and 100 you give out. And I'm sure we have about 100,000 gone on the street. And you give out 100 applications. So it is easier, Trinidad and Tobago, for a businessman to buy an illegal firearm than go through the legal process and get a legal firearm to protect yourself. This is Trinidad and Tobago. Crime is evolving. The bandits are having more, how to say, boy, sophisticated weapons than TTPS. But yet the Commissioner of Police choose to decline signing off on FUL applications so businessmen and homeowners could protect themselves. Yeah, it's sad and it's stinking sad that those in authority feel that they alone should have firearm and they alone should be above the rest. That is why I send this message out in the public domain. When a bandit jump my fence, I ain't killing you. Then watch man, these are gruesome that you're gonna get, you know. I ain't killing you. I'm wounding you to make sure you can't jump over the gate. Well, you know I'm a Rottweiler and a pit bull, so I will lego them on you. You will actually see the light opening at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, watch me jump my fence, you get one of the most gruesome that you could think about, you know. You know it is for a dog to eat you? Huh? That's where you get my side. Well, good night.
Good night, Saeed.
Yes, sir.
Hello? Hello?
You hear them?
I'm not hearing you, no, Saeed.
Try back. Thank you, my friend. Now, President of the TNT Police Service Social and Welfare Association, ASP Gideon Dixon, said, of his 30 years of experience in TTPS, stated that he has never encountered instances where police officers deliberately hide from criminals. I have never seen that in Trinidad myself. Never. He criticized the statement, arguing that such remarks undermine the integrity and morals of law enforcement. Well, look at this, Look at this. The Prime Minister said bandits, police locking up in a station and taking off their lights. That is the Prime Minister said that. The Prime Minister is also the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago. Mr. Sleepyhead Fitzgerald Hines. Well-spoken English. You're well-spoken, but your brains are functioning. He came out and told citizens it is not his job to keep you safe. So if the Prime Minister saying police hiding in the station, and the Minister of National Security saying it is not my job, whose damn job it is to secure Trinidad and Tobago? Whose job it is? Whose job it is? Us the citizens? Well, okay, if we buy a legal firearm, don't lock me up. Don't lock me up. Because Dulcie Head Commissioner of Police refused to sign off. Yes. You just heard it. Out of 25,000 applications, you give out 100. Stinking shame and disgrace, yes? It's stinking. Now, saying that these claims were reckless, Dixon questioned why or where Dr. Rowley received the information to make such remarks and called on the PM to revisit his statement. Listen to this.
It was unnecessary to make such a statement. It was reckless at this. It does nothing to impact the moral of the officers who are on the ground in the fight against the criminal element.
We don't know where he got his information from. Again, I'm saying it did not come from the police. I'm certain of that. The statement did nothing for the moral of police officers. We are calling on the Prime Minister to revisit that statement.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago. You see the police, the Prime Minister have bodyguards, you know. Them have firearm, you know. Them have a special elite squad trained to be around them 24 hours for 5 years. For 5 years. Who paying for it? Me and you. Now, however, Dixon did not deny the lights are off at doors and the doors are closed, which we all know, right? Which we all know, at police station at night. He said, some station with glass frontage were at security risk to officers, as people could see straight inside when the lights were on at night. Listen to this.
When night falls, that said tint does not aid in visibility or in seeing outside. So during the day, you can, behind the tint, still see on the outside. But when night fall, that tint itself debars you from seeing what goes on the outside. And it debars you particularly if it is the lighting is on within the station. So you have to take off that light in most charge rooms so you are able to be given the ability to see what is going on the outside. Right? So that is a security measure for the limited strength that we might have in the station.
Paula, good night.
I Said, good night.
You hear me there?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
tell
yeah.
me.
Said, I want to make a little correction here. At the bottom of the program, the thing, right? You have Police Association former POLSC head rebukes Rowley's claim. Right? You hear me, Said?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Right. Now, what that saying there is the Police Association Service Commission, POLSC, rebukes Rowley's claim.
Yeah.
I was asking the question, if that is Blitzy Passad.
I like
no,
that.
No, because this is what you have there on the you know. Whereas the other fella, Gideon Francis, he is the president of the Police Association.
Yeah.
Right, but what you have at the bottom there is the POLSC.
No, but if all of them rebuke it, if all of them... Now listen this. All of them will come out and rebuke that statement that Rowley make. You know, even I would do it.
No, what I'm saying, Said, what the impression I'm getting is that...
No, I understand what you're saying. I understand.
Because it said POLSC, which is the Police Service Commission, which was headed by Blitzy Passad.
I understand what you're saying. Thank you, my friend.
So that needs to be corrected. Because
I understand what you're saying. They're coming out against it. Now, Dixon noted that the police service is understaffed, but continue to go above and beyond in this SOE. I believe that they have called back all officers who are on vacation. 2 years ago, he said, the TTPS is nearing 1,500 officers short, and urged Dr. Rowley to use his position to ensure that the police are provided with the necessary resources to perform their duties effectively. Listen to this.
We are well over. 2 years ago, we were over 1,400 officers short. And to get some data today, which will suggest that we are well over 1,500 officers short. Use his office to assist us to have the resources, particularly the manpower that is necessary, that was promised from in the 2023 to 2024 budget. Have that optimized so we will have more, and we will be able to be even more effective than we are at this point in time.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago is a lot of bacchanal, you know. Caller, good night. Anyhow. Meanwhile, former acting police commissioner Stephen Williams says, while he cannot verify the Prime Minister's claim, the office... Hey, imagine this, eh? The former acting police commissioner Stephen Williams said, while he cannot verify the Prime Minister's claims that officers have hid from criminals in their station, there were some pieces of information that should not be made public. Imagine this, Stephen Williams saying this. William noted that he had great respect for the PM, but disregard him putting that information out there, even if it is true. Listen to this.
It is very sad to hear put out there in the public domain by the Prime Minister of the country a statement like that. Prime Minister is a person I have great respect for, but you know, this is one time I totally disagree with him.
After everything, Rowley said he never intended to offend the dedicated officers who risked their lives to protect law-abiding citizens. Dr. Rowley didn't realize when he made that statement, he also made it for his officers with him. You see how condemnation is coming quick? As I always tell people, when you're saying something, think of what you're going to say before you say, because it has consequences. Imagine the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago telling the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago that police hiding from the bandit in the station. Now, how do you expect the Trinidad and Tobago police officers now to respond to this statement coming from the Prime Minister, coming from the head of the Security Council for Trinidad and Tobago? It stinks. It's a stinking, dirty, nasty remark from the Prime Minister to Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Right? What do you think? Such a bloody hell shame. Call a good night.
Good night, Mr. Said. Great program as usual, and as you rightly say, it is very filthy. It is a very filthy remark that he made. But anyway, I hope the police service wake up and understand where they are today in this country. They advantage their fellow citizens. I have no sympathy for them. I have no sympathy for that statement the Prime Minister made. He also made another statement and said the police service have a lot of criminals in it, even in Parliament. And I have no sympathy for them because they over-advantage the citizens of this country. A breaks like they charge a citizen. Man had to buy books for the children and charge them $1,000. A little crack, on the windscreen, they ticket them $1,000 and license officers. So they should get 0.000% increase. That is what I want to hear the Prime Minister say about the police service and license officers. So police officers wake up and understand. Look the money. Look at the kind of salary the head of the National Security Council get and Hines and all of these fellows.
Yes.
So police officers, all you wake up and stop advantaging all your fellow citizens, and then they will support you all in anything you all are doing. Like earlier, Christopher asking the citizens to support the police service. Yes, we want to support them, but you were telling us you still have the criminal elements in the police service. What we coming to give you all information and partner with you on the police service? You want them kill the citizens of this country? Because the head of the National Security Council said there are criminals in the police service. Mr. Said, great program, man. You keep up the great work. God bless you and your staff.
Thank you, my friend. So now Trinidad and Tobago. Now Trinidad and Tobago. Deputy Commissioner of Police, DCP, Operation Benjamin, Junior Benjamin, have reinforced the statement that all police facilities are open 24-hour basis. He gave the reassurance as he defend the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service in the wake of a statement by Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley that some police officers were locking themselves in the station at night because they were fearful of criminal elements. I always say police have license to shoot, you know. They have license to shoot dead, you know. First, for detail on whether he was aware of such trending happening at the police station or police post, Benjamin said that there should be a problem with the pass and have informed all senior officers that all stations will be open from now on. Listen to this.
So, again, I would probably want to reiterate that all our stations are on heightened alert, and therefore all our stations will be open 24/7. So that should not be a problem. It should be a problem of the past, because I have informed all my senior officers, divisional commanders, that we are in heightened alert, and it came down from the commissioner that all stations will be open, and it will be open even from now on.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, the police commissioner, Earl Haywood Christopher, also denied the PM claims nothing that the door of all police facilities were always open, as she reaffirmed her trust in the ability of her officers. He said, even if the lights may be off, the doors will be open, and people should not be deterred from entering the station and making a report. He said police officers were willing and able to do their jobs. Isn't it?
Our internal policies is what governs really how we operate in terms of our security of all police buildings, and therefore it dictates exactly what we do. What we want to just assure persons that at this point in time, the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, the doors are open, our officers are on high alert or officers, we are here to do the job, and we are willing and we are able to do the job. And therefore, I'm saying that anytime you go to the station will be open and our officers will be ready to entertain any report and ensure that at least your report is being, you can rest assured that your report will be dealt with professionally.
Now, meanwhile, in response to recruit, ACP Richard Smith said the TTBS should have 700 new officers by year end of this year, with more than 100 of them expected to hit the streets by the end of January, and 300 more in the coming months.
We have hired 400 police officers. We had 4 batches training. We call them batch 1, 2, 3, and 4 of 2024. Last week, Friday, batch 1 of 2024 graduated at the Police Academy. 113 officers graduated. The other batches would be graduating in succession, probably a month apart. We will be having passing out parade for batch 1 of 2024 that just graduated on Friday. On Friday coming, which is the 17th, we are in fact in the process of recruiting approximately 300 more officers by the end of this month, January. And we are also in the process of recruiting some special reserve officers in the vicinity of 200 to 250 of them. So in recruiting, we have 400 in training now, right, for batch 1 to 4 of 2024. And when we recruit the 300, by the end of this month, we will be in a deficit of regular police officers by about between 600 to 700 officers at that point in time.
So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but before we go for the break, I want to tell you about the 5% Real Talk Financing is offering. Remember, we are a financial institution, and presently we are leading in the fixed deposit road. You want to get more money for your money? Real Talk Financing is offering 5% on a fixed deposit. 5% on fixed deposit. Now, I want to ask you a question, Trinidad and Tobago. How do you put your money to work for you compared to savings money? Savings money is money that you put away. That is savings money. Your savings money is not working for you. That is a standstill sum of money in a financial institution. Good? Now we talk about investment. How do you put your money to work for you? Good. You see the 5% that you're getting on a fixed deposit at Real Talk Financing? That is where your money is working for you. So you did your labor in the vineyard, you collect your lump sum, you put it on a fixed deposit. How much it is gaining? 5% for you. So your money is actually working for you. So an investment into Real Talk Financing with a fixed deposit at 5% interest is where your money working for you. A savings is a lump sum of money you put into an account and you leave it there. It is not working for you. So there's a difference between savings and investing. As you can see on the screen. Read it out loud in your home, in your bedroom, you're traveling, you're on your phone. This is the difference between saving and investing. Your money going to rest. Your money just dead at an account, doing nothing. It is not working for you. But if you make an investment into Real Talk Financing, where you're getting 5%, your investment is working for you. This is the thing about it. It is working for you. So in 2025, Real Talk Financing is giving 5%. 25, we're giving you 5% on your fixed deposit. Imagine that. 5 years at 25,000 instead of 20,000. Look, thing, the highest interest rate in Trinidad and Tobago. Where are you getting it? Only at Real Talk. Why? Side always above the rest. Always above the rest. If you want loans too, not a problem. You're getting money borrow. Collateral, you're getting money borrow. Well, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
My friend, go right ahead.
Saieed, I want to touch on that topic you were talking about earlier on there.
Which one is that?
The police service and the comments of the Prime Minister and thing, right?
Tell me.
So let me ask you something, right? Do you ever hear the Prime Minister make a serious comment and it make any sense so he didn't offend anybody?
Wait to me, everything this man say make no sense, nah?
Every time the man come out on a platform and talking, as once that rubbish, the man be talking and the man always offending people. Look at how much I think the man say what the opposition leader. You understand what I'm trying to tell you?
Yes.
But anyhow, let me leave that aside, right?
Yes.
Concerning this whole topic with the police service hiding in the police station and then we come to the realization that when the lights on in a glass building, you can see everything on the inside, right? Right? He made the statement with everything, but let me ask you something. Any police service is the same people that have the personal security with them?
Yes.
And they can't take people from the police service and put them on the security details? So where does he trying to say then? The same people that garden here, the same cowards that he talking about in the police service? So he kind of lost me there. And let me tell you something. Even self, if whatever it is he's saying, they have any merit to it or any truth to it, right? How you expect the people and them to sit down in a building when there's a certain target and you want to give them 4% for a salary increase? While you taking how much? 49% or whatever the case may be?
Yeah.
We asking questions there on the side because there's plenty of things revolving around this whole thing. But anyhow, let me throw that aside. I want to touch on one thing before I go to, right?
Tell me.
I was looking at certain sectors of the public and they was asking the question concerning Stuart Young and he taking over the PNM and whatever. And people had this notion that he is a new face to the PNM and he got a new governance and whatever. Let me ask you a question. And Stuart Young was the man under Rowley for the last 7-8 years.
Correct.
And he was like an advisor to the Prime Minister.
Yes.
Tell me if I'm going wrong.
No, you're correct, you're correct.
So how is the governance going to be any different from Rowley to Stuart Young? He advising the man to make all these bad decisions. So when he come in the post now, and there's only he gonna make the bad decision?
Don't expect nothing new.
It's the same decision he's gonna make. It's just he won't have to tell Rowley to do it. He will do it himself.
Correct.
So people need to wake up and look at the whole scenario that's taking place. And don't think that somebody coming there, a younger person, and it could be any different. It's going to be the same nonsense and we're going downhill. We ain't going nowhere again. Anyway, you enjoy your night.
Thank you, my friend. So viewers, we're having for a short commercial break. Stay locked on.
We'll be right back.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan? Only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtalk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtalk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Welcome back.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, we're doing loans, we're doing fixed deposits, we have equipment for sales. We're doing it right here at Real Talk Group. So, concerning the SOE and the operational portfolios and the success and all these things, DCP Benjamin stated that he believes the SOE has, in some way, it has been meaningful success thus far to the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. He also called on the public to join the TTPS to get all the necessary evidence to bring persons to justice. Here it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to state that we have seen some meaningful success thus far. I want to take the opportunity to, first of all, commend our officers for the hard work that they are doing at this time. I want to even encourage each of our officers to continue pressing as we continue to seek to ensure that we bring to justice those who are found committing offenses. I want to ask at the same time for the public to join us as we seek to work together to get the evidence, to get all the necessary evidence to bring persons to justice. All in all, I think that we are heading along the right road, and we are confident as we continue to pursue in this fight against crime that we will be successful.
You see, I'll tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. I'll tell you something, eh? They had, Benjamin said at least 855 persons have been targeted. Okay, you have a certain amount you target. You're claiming 4,962 searches. And of those searches, 659 people were arrested. How many people were charged and sentenced? Or how many people were arrested and charged? I understand you have close to 5,000 raids. Out of 5,000 raids, 659 people were arrested. What were these people charged for? 659 people were charged of what? Statistics, we need it. Let me tell you, I don't want to know if I'll make 10,000 raid. How much people were held in the 10,000 raid that were arrested and charged? You're arresting person, you're carrying them in the station, they're going to stay 72 hours, and you release them. You call that is success? That is a normal thing that happens every day. You go on a raid, you meet people, you hold them, you carry them in the station. Are they charged? No. How much rate? 10,000. How much charge? And your mouth zip. Is that performance? Come better than that, man. Oh gosh. Well, do better. Listen to this video.
The statistics for the SOE. I can state at this time that we have at least 868 operations conducted to date. In terms of targeted priority offenders, we have at least 855 persons that was targeted, and we conducted at least 4,962 searches thus far. Of those searches, at least 659 persons were arrested, and 37 firearms were recovered. We had at least 1,053 ammunition was also recovered during those searches. And we have at least 127 kilograms of marijuana and 607 grams of cocaine was also seized during those searches. I would also like to state that we did at least 713 traffic operations, of which we had at least 2,055 traffic offenses being detected.
Now, Trinidad and Tobago, I have a question for you and for Smith. How many persons have been arrested or charged under the anti-gang legislation since the beginning of the SOE? Smith said he did not have that information, but that the TTPS had increased their focus on organized crime unit, referring to the house arrest and perpetrated gang leaders from the east of Port of Spain. Smith said the police, though, are still targeting gang members on a daily basis. Smith.
I cannot give that accurate figure now. However, I know that we have been engaged in arresting some of these members of gangs as well as gang leaders in some instances. As we all know, we have one gang leader under house arrest. Another a prominent person in the criminal world was in fact placed in preventative detention 2 days ago. That's from the Southern Division. We have in our custody as well some other gang members, and we are in fact looking to proceed in the same direction as the person from Southern Division. So we have been targeting these gang members on a daily basis. Some of them have been arrested and are in custody. Some of them are fleeing for their lives. They are running all over the country, migrating to different parts of the country. That's the reason we are pleading with members of the public. If you see strange persons in your district, please call, because they may be a danger to you or your families. So we are urging you to call, but we are in fact going after these gang personnel as we stated from the onset as we began this state of emergency.
So, Trinidad and Tobago, this is Real Talk. This is Saeed. We have come to the end of our program for tonight. But nevertheless, viewers, I must say good night with a good heart. See you next time.